This video is on tropical wet and dry climate. It is the third subdivision under tropical climate. Now it is also known as tropical savanna climate. Savanna are the large grasslands. It is denoted by the capital letter A and small letter W. Again, the capital letter A stands for the entire group, which is the tropical climate, and the small letter W stands for wet and dry climate. When you hear tropical wet and dry climate, apart from the tropical word, there are two parts to it. One is the wet and the other is dry. In the previous video, we have covered tropical wet climate. So I suggest you watch it again and you will get what that is about. So obviously tropical wet climate is all about heavy rain because that's how the place will be wet. But when you look at dry climate, it has to be winter. During winter, there is low moisture in the air and the surrounding atmosphere is dry. Now this way we can say that the places having tropical wet and dry climate has only two seasons. One is the wet season during summer and the other is the dry season during winter. However, the wet season is shorter and the dry season is longer. And also the annual rainfall in this climate is less than that in tropical wet climate and tropical monsoon climate. The temperatures stay high throughout the year because of the latitude where this climate exists. We know that areas near the equator receive constant direct sunlight, and that's what gives heat. So any slight difference in temperature is enough to change the wind patterns and keep this area dry for a long time, until the winds again shift and the rainy season begins. So tropical wet and dry climate is found near the equator, and that is obvious because of the word tropical. But it is found usually on the outer edges of tropical wet climate areas. And if you see, it totally makes sense. If you see logically, in the outer edges of tropical wet climate, that means those places have to be little further away from the equator. And we know that as we go away from the equator, moisture decreases because temperature decreases. So winter season is very much applicable to these places, and that's how the dry climate will occur. Because winter is associated with low moisture content, and that's what makes the climate dry. Now let's look at the places on a world map where we will find tropical wet and dry climate. They are found in Africa, Brazil, India, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, and northern parts of Australia. When it comes to vegetation, due to lack of regular rainfall, most trees do not survive. So the common vegetation are grasses and shrubs. Again, due to lack of regular rainfall, deciduous forests are also found in this climate. In a funny way, if I have to say, the trees tell the leaves to shred and go away to prevent loss of water by transpiration. Now this climatic region consists of large grasslands that are called savanna. So naturally we will find many animals that are plant eaters who like to graze in the grasses. Some of these animals are wild beasts, gazelles, zebras, elephants, giraffes, etc. At the same time, there are animals that eat meat. They follow and hunt the plant eaters. Animals like lions, cheetahs, hyenas, and large birds hunt in the savannas of Africa.